Hey, welcome back to Bimblebit. I'm Damian.
I'm Andy.
And we're just two guys shooting the shit about Bitcoin. We're going to lock ourselves in at our blockchain height, 908,620, courtesy of TimeChainCalendar.com.
It just keeps going.
Happy Heritage Day to everybody.
Happy Heritage Day. Yeah, Alberta.
We're working on a weekend. Wherever you're joining us, whether it's YouTube or Nostr, thank you for tuning in. We just like to have fun with stories about Bitcoin. We try to stay on the positive side, so let's get going.
Let's get going.
Acquisitions continue.
Yes, they do.
All right, Captain Sailor and the USS Strategy B made a historical, the third largest ever Bitcoin buy at over 21,021 for 2.4 billion. The third largest ever. That's awesome.
That's a lot of Bitcoin.
Yeah. Well,
this guy's now aiming for 7% of supply.
All right. Well, he's doing great.
Yeah.
And right behind him, Japan's Metaplanet with another acquisition, hot on the heels. It's a relative term, 463 Bitcoin for 49 billion now in their purse. So, I mean, that's wonderful to see. And it continues from places we've never heard from, new companies coming on board.
Yeah, there's 17,600 Bitcoin.
We don't have that kind of time.
That's a lot of Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin. Hey, there's another new one. There's always one coming out of the woodwork, right? Well, this is a UK-based company called the SmarterWeb company. They raised 8.1 million pounds to acquire Bitcoin, and they now have 2,050 Bitcoin.
Good for them.
We didn't even know they started.
No.
So this is just their latest acquisition. And again, just like the last few shows, we didn't even know they started, and now they're announcing an additional buy. So pretty crazy.
People ask the question, well, how much do I need to retire? I mean, I want to retire young because nobody really wants to work anymore. I have an amazing work ethic and I don't want to work anymore. But there is a study out right now because Bitcoin is becoming worldwide. It's known to people and they're buying it as a pre-retirement cushion, and it seems to be paying off. There's a guy named Smitty, and he's a Bitcoin researcher and investor, and he has a Bitcoin retirement calculation model. And according to him, by 2023, which means you should probably get it now,
2030.
2035.
Yeah.
1 Bitcoin.
1 million.
So that's talking that it's going to be growing substantially, and you could probably retire on the 1 Bitcoin. Right now, 150, what are we sitting at? 115, 116?
115-ish, yeah. 115-ish, yeah.
If you got it, throw it in there. But that's something that seems more attainable than working every day and trying to put away money in an RRSP that they tax you on. Right?
When you use it.
I mean, that's smart.
Yeah. And it's funny because I find that story relatable because I just saw another story that goes 10 years ago. I don't know if it's today, but 10 years ago, Bitcoin was
roughly
worth $280.
Wow.
Only 10 years ago, it was worth $280.
What's the percentage on that?
It's like 40,800% or something like that. It just means that basically what it's done is it's provided a 410 times return on your money from 10 years ago.
If you were in at that time.
Yeah.
And we keep telling you it's not too late. Don't be worried about these high prices.
So
take advantage of the lowestness.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
$50.
No, and it's wild. I mean, Bitcoin, another graph I saw here, and I think Jay will put it up. I sent it over to him.
Jay's amazing.
Yeah. If you take a look at Bitcoin, its cycle is it goes up, 3 years, down 1 year. Up, 3 years, down 1 year. And it's kept that same cycle.
Even in this new 4-year?
Well, to date, it has kept that cycle. Interesting. And now we're coming into 2025, which is the third up year. So we should see substantial gains based on what's happened before through the rest of the year. But due to the institutional buying and the amount of interest worldwide that we have right now, they're saying that maybe there won't be another winter. Basically, that will continue on into 2026 and go to heights unimaginable. So it's this institutional buy-in is crazy compared to retail buying. So
while we're talking about institution and retail demand, there's the Mexico's third largest person. This is Ricardo Salinas Pelagio, and he says that Bitcoin is going to one day rival gold's 22 trillion market cap right now, gold.
Yeah.
And he says what it needs is the retail and institutional demand that is going to really drive it. So I mean that's spot on as to what people are expecting to see.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Fun.
So Bitcoin, by the way, we talked about 115,000. Again, it's been at a high of 123. It's been in a state of fluctuation now for basically 2 or 3 weeks. I expect to see a bump up fairly soon. So as of the day, we're at 1%. As of the week, though, we're down 2%. But as of the month, we're up 6%. And as of the year, we're up 95%. So again, don't get caught up in day-to-day, the price of Bitcoin. Always zoom out, get a better picture, and you can see the trends developing there way better than you can daily focus.
And when you watch the news anywhere, they love to put negative stuff in there. And sure, there is negative stuff, but it is nothing compared to the positive that we are seeing across the board when it comes to Bitcoin and what it's doing for people and in countries that can't have their own bank accounts. It is so much bigger than, people talking about the wrongdoings of Bitcoin. But the positive gets overlooked, and it is unsurmountable. It is huge.
Yes,
what a difference it's made.
But and that's so true, but yet still only 5% of the world knows it. And that's the unfortunate part, because if more people did know about it, they would also go, oh my God, yes, like hedge inflation, fiat versus Bitcoin, all those types of things. So, I mean, gosh, I just wish more of a percentage of the people knew about it.
I will admit to you right now that I forget about that, because it's such a part of our lives right now that, and we talk to everybody about it, that it feels like it should be, more than that. But when you bring it down to it, you're absolutely right. It's a small percentage. So tell your friends and tell them to watch Bimblebit.com and come on, shooting the shit. We just talk about fun stuff, give you proof that it's working.
Yeah.
It's all here.
Yeah, it totally is. Yeah. Right, totally is.
I'm going to talk about this really quick. Unsolved mysteries. I love when this stuff pops up. So blockchain analytics, Arkham Intelligence says they have just traced a massive Bitcoin theft from 2020 involving 127,400 Bitcoin. This was from the Chinese mining pool Labian, right? So this is now considered the world's, because they just found out, which is so cool. How? I don't know. We could probably look into that. But they just found out. This is breaking news. And it is the largest crypto hack. So if you were to go back in 2020, it was worth back then $3.5 billion. So we are 5 years on with an incredible growth. And what it would be worth today, I didn't work it out, nor do I care to, because I don't have a calculator for it. I mean, that's a great story.
Well, it is. And if you think about it, Bitcoin is decentralized, and, you can custody your own wallet. But listen, if you're going to move stuff online, everybody can see that.
Yeah.
So pretty easy to pick up that sort of thing, the nefarious activity. Compare that to the amount of nefarious activity that goes on worldwide in banks every year. We're not even close. There has been so much different activity going on, and banks are having to pay fines, and nobody gets fired. They just have to pay a fine. And then they move on. So
it's true.
Whatever, right?
You got something fun for Tales?
Yeah, I do.
All right, well, let's go. Time now for Tales from the Crypto. So this is an opportunity for us to talk about some fun, lighthearted stories like the one I just kind of should have waited till now, but I didn't. But that kind of leads us into some fun, whimsical stories of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, it was just a few months ago, I believe, it could be maybe a little bit longer, that a city in Switzerland, Lugano, had the statue of Satoshi Nakamoto.
Like the slotted one.
That's right.
The air,
the air goes through or whatever. Anyway, I did do a little digging. Created by an artist by the name of Valentina Picozzi. Well, it was stolen from its perch August 3rd. Yeah, they can't figure out who or why. They figure it was a bunch of drunk revelers or something like that, maybe. But they took it off the perch. They busted it up, and then they kind of threw half in the lake and half kind of sat on the side of the lake, sort of thing. So anyways, God love them, the municipal workers from the city of Lugano. They went out looking to try and find what's going on.
Yeah.
They did recover all the pieces. Okay. So now they're probably just going to find a way to put it back together and maybe repurchase it. Who knows?
What a shame.
Hey, got some headlines out there for Bitcoin, if you think about
mercy
it.
on your soul.
But they did recover it, and how they'll put it together. You know what?
If you're gonna get drunk and destroy stuff, don't get drunk. Okay? We had an amazing weekend. We went down to Spit Stadium in Lethbridge, Alberta, where we are home-based, and we got to be sponsored by the Lethbridge Bulls, and they were playing the Okotoks Dogs. And they didn't win, unfortunately, the Bulls, but it was a lot of fun, and our families were there. We were there.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
We had like 35 people there filling our patio that we got, which is a great place to watch the Bulls game from. But yeah, we got, we sponsored the night, and we got our logo up there and a couple mentions and everything. And it's great working with local sports teams, charities, whatever, businesses, abroad and locally, so it was great to hook up with the Lethbridge Bulls. They're having a good year. They're heading into the playoffs starting Wednesday. So if you want to head down to Spitz Stadium, if you're around Lethbridge, get on down and support your dogs.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we take a look at what happened over the weekend? Check this out.
Hey, welcome back to Bimblebit. I'm Damian.
I'm Andy.
And normally we're two guys just shooting the shit about Bitcoin, but tonight we're enjoying a very special time here at Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge, Alberta, as we are hosting Bimblebit.com Media Night. And what a turnout it's been for Pack the Park.
Absolutely. Got to be 1,000 plus out there. Terrific in our crowd right here. We got 30, 40 supporters out, and what a great night to be out supporting the Lethbridge Bulls.
Yeah, we're honored to be part of it. We've had so much great response, people coming up and saying hi. The French fries here, the poutine,
Phenomenal.
to die for.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I know. The food here is great, too.
Yeah, so proud to be part of the Lethbridge Bulls, and thank you so much for inviting us down to the park. Some amazing people, some great baseball, of course, and the weather could not be better.
Absolutely. And thanks to Kevin, the owner of the Bulls, that have, allowed us to come and, do our thing down here. Really looking forward to the second game of the doubleheader. Big series between the Dogs and the Bulls. So go Bulls, and we're happy to support locally.
And make sure you tune us every week for our podcast, Shooting the Shit. It's Andy and Damian, and we bring you the stuff about Bitcoin. But tonight, it's a night off. So enjoy ball, enjoy the weather, enjoy summer, and thanks for tuning in to Bimblebit.com.
Cheers, mates.
Yeah, that was a super fun time.
So fun.
Thank you again
So fun.
to Kevin and the Bulls.
Absolutely.
And DJ Revelo was a huge guy to get that thing going. So thank you, Merv, DJ Revelo. We sure appreciate the opportunity.
Big time. Big
Yeah.
time.
If you got something going on in your world and you want to make sure it gets out there, let us know, bimblebit.com. Contact us, shoot us your information, and we'll be sure to get it out there. So we just kind of carry on with a bunch of fun things. We've got our Adopt a Node program in full swing now.
We do.
Check out the QR code. And from there, once we start getting the funds to build more nodes, we do that. So we're going to get them online, and we can't do it without your support. So please think about it. Join the team. All right, Jay, it's that time.
Music.
I like that. All right. Well, I like saying this one because it's the Baltic Honey Badger. Latvia happening August 9th and 10th. That is coming up right away. So make sure if you're in that area, you check it out. Bitcoin Asia and Hong Kong still offering free admission.
That's awesome.
There's lots of things that are closed off, though, so you might shell out a few bucks if you want to see some of your favorite speakers. August 28th and 29th. Busy month for Bitcoin in August, and it doesn't stop there. The Wyoming Blockchain Symposium, August 18th and 21st. That's in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So cool. And then Africa's having their Bitcoin Summit, the mining summit down there. This is in Zambia, September 25th and 26th. And going a little bit further out is the Bitcoin Day at headquarters, Strategy B in Tysons, Virginia. I was sure an opportunity to see Michael Saylor. We saw him in Vegas. A really great speaker and a wonderful proponent of Bitcoin. This is September 27th, one day of festivities at Strategy B. They might even have free drinks, like a soda or something. Because it's hot there, I would imagine. Yeah. You got anything else, my brother?
Nope, that's it. I think we covered it all today. Heritage Day, so we'll get back to our family activities.
Yeah, and you enjoy your family, whatever you're doing. Thank you so much for joining us, whether it's on YouTube or Nostr. You're part of the family. We are so happy to see you. So I am Damian.
I'm Andy.
We're two guys just shooting the shit about Bitcoin right here on Bimblebit.com.
Cheers, mates. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.